What is up, hackers? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack all of our Web3 education. If you guys are brand new here and like everything Web3, crypto, and gaming, be sure to be subscribed with notifications on and hit that like button on this video. It helps get this out to more people. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be going over Ronin. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Ronin, it is by far the most used blockchain for gaming currently. And if you have not heard of Sky Mavis, the company that developed Ronin and Axie Infinity, you should definitely check it out. So I'm going to dive deep into Ronin today to talk about how it works, why there's benefits of using it as a game developer, and all the different components that go into making it super successful. Now, an important side note here is to mention that this is a sleeper. I've seen thousands of people talking about it over the last few years. I've talked about it many times on the channel in my rankings of the top gaming blockchains out there. But this thing is huge. I'm really impressed the fact that not that many people are talking about this all over YouTube, because it is a giant compared to all the other chains out there in level of transaction volume, everything. So on top of talking about Ronin and showing you guys their website, I want to talk about the level of volume that they're doing on a daily basis on this blockchain. It is no joke, guys. So I'm going to dive onto their website first. I'm going to show you what Ronin Network is all about. And a lot of YouTubers out there have talked about this, like my man Crypto Stash over there. And a lot of people are all about Ronin, and I am too now at this point, because they have done an incredible job going to market with developers and really just immense amounts of volume and players on here. That's probably like 5 or 6 times the level of the next predecessor, which I believe is BNB or Binance. So they are going way above what everyone else is doing. And it is really impressive to see that on top of 300 million in funding over multiple rounds from like Andreessen Horowitz and all these other incredible investors. So first, let's dive onto their website. I'll show you the Ronin website, show you their mission, all of that good stuff. Then I'm going to show you the actual behind the scenes of the transaction volume on the Ronin network chain. So without further ado, let's jump on to the Ronin website and then onto the chain. So from the Ronin site, you can see here that they have the option to build, and it goes through the different functionality to apply, and player-owned economies is what I really wanted to highlight here. This is the fundamental to Web3 gaming, is people actually owning the in-game assets. Now, as we go down here, I wanted to show you guys this level here. 14.9 million total addresses on the Ronin network and 500 million total transactions. This thing is moving fast. Scalable, battle-tested, infinite, and 4.1 billion in all-time NFT volume. Cost per transaction is just a fraction of a cent. So I really like the way that they've laid this out, and the fact that it is optimized for quick and cheap and seamless transactions is just what gaming needs. And the fact that they are the biggest gaming community, I would not dispute that given how large Axie Infinity is and just how much volume they are doing here. So you can deploy your Ethereum applications quickly with no alterations on Ronin, on their EVM. Very, very cool. It's decentralized. They do have 22 validators on the network. This is kind of like an EOS design, which is really cool. DPoS, I'm a big fan of, delegated proof of stake. So really highly recommend checking more out about that. The user experience is really cool. I talked to a couple different people that have used this, and it is very interesting. So the community selects 12 trusted governing validators to ensure Ronin security. So 12 validators for the governing, and then it looks like 22 for the overall DPoS concept. This kind of reminds me of Icon back in the day for DPoS. The scalability, near instant transactions are negligible transaction fees, and I really, really like that. So you can become a validator and become a delegator. So delegate your stake to validators to earn rewards. So you can stake and then delegate it out to people who are properly governing. And this is a really beautiful way of governing a chain where you're allowing people to get rewarded for properly governing. And really awesome the way that this is laid out. And I like the fact that they are, focused on developers, for developers. It is very important Having been in this space for 10 years, I know follow the developers is the way to do it. Now jumping on to DAP Radar. This is where we get real here. This is where we're looking at the actual transactions and the volume that's taking place. There's 14 DApps built on there in the last 7 days, it looks like. Let's look at all 14 total. All right, so 7 days, we have 175 million in volume. This is tokens moving around on chain. And you can see here in 24 hours, 553,000 UAW, which is unique active wallets. Important to know that. Unique active wallets is 500,000 in the last 24 hours. Transactions is a little over that at 600,000, and DAP volume is 44 million. Unique active wallets across all DApps and smart contracts. So we're going to go ahead and expand this out so you guys can see exactly what's going on here. Look at this. On February 14th, this is when they did 38 million in transaction volume. And then today, as of recording this, 38 million another day, which is just remarkable level of volume, guys. I don't think people realize just how much this is. And as you can see, this big maximum here, almost 80 million, $79 million in transaction volume on February 4th. And you can see if we scroll out a year, look at this. This thing is surging up in the level of volume, transactions, wallets, everything. And I just think people aren't realizing how big this is. This was in the rise of 2021, obviously with the NFT boom, but look at how much surge is happening right now. As of last year and into this year, we are just peaking, basically the same height as November 2021, 155 million in volume. And now it is, we hit that 70 million. It is just really remarkable how fast this thing is moving. So I don't think a lot of people are focused on this, and I'm really hopeful that this helps people realize that this is a beast and this thing is going to be a headliner over the next bull run here. That is it for my overview of Ronin. This thing is a beast, and it is linked below if you guys are game developers. I know a lot of you guys are that are watching this, and check it out with the link in below. I highly recommend it. This is not a sponsored review or anything. This is just really focusing on quality. This has done an incredible job of absorbing all of these transactions and growing into these gaming markets. There was some drama recently that I was reading from Jihos. Shout out to him. Met him back in like 2020, once upon a time at NFT NYC. And there was a really, really unique kind of piece of drama that came out about Yuga Labs, and they're coming into gaming and they're buying up all these companies kind of as a conglomerate approach. But ultimately, you can't dispute what's going on transparently on chain with what Ronin's doing. So I think there was some crazy drama. I'm not going to link to that or anything, but it's worth checking out just because Yuga is a very large name in the space. And now Ronin is as well. They've been growing, and now they are very much on my radar and everybody I know in the gaming space's radar, just because they've done such a good job with actually producing and deploying new tech. And that is something a lot of people can't say in this space. Just execute, execute, execute is really what this is all about. So follow the developers, follow the teams that are actually deploying new code and awesome new technology like Sky Mavis and the Ronin network. So that is it for this episode. Slap a like if you like Ronin, if you like gaming, be subscribed if you want to see more awesome videos, and I will see you here on the next episode of Hack Crypto.